Let's do it. Welcome to Centennial Sports Arena for this early morning Saturday game. Maple Grove JV Crimson Girls taking on the Centennial Cougars here at Centennial Ice Arena. 11 a.m. game. We'll get this one started shortly. Just going to their respective benches for a little bit last minute instructions, and then we will get our starting lineups, I'm assuming. Maple Grove wearing their away dark jerseys, the crimson trimmed out in white and gold. And Cougars wearing the home white jerseys trimmed out in red and black.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Centennial Sports Arena for this morning's matchup at the JV level between Maple Grove and your Centennial Spring Park Cougars. We're going to get right into this game. Have a fun one.
So no starting lineups, but we'll just get it out here as Sukup, Dorn, and Lawrence up front for the Crimson. Playing defense to start this one off is going to be Thompson and Benson. Maple Grove lost the first matchup 3-1. That was the first game of the year for the Crimson, so we'll see how this one turns out. Right away, the Cougars take the face-off, but Lawrence battles her way in and shoves one down deep down into the zone. Back behind the net, it's Dorn who has it. Dorn on her forehand in the corner. She'll backhand it, cycle it, looking for a Sukup. And the Cougars ringing around the boards, pinching in as Thompson. She's going to pick it up and cut the seam. Throws one towards the net. That hit off the side. Rebound came out. Thompson took a swing at it, but wasn't able to connect on the rebound pass. Cougars are able to clear it out to the zone. Pass, neutral ice. Now bring it down into Crimson territory. Toe drag move around one defender, but tied up by Sukup with a nice defensive play to force them around the back of the net. Now the Cougars have it. They'll battle for it on the end boards. Benson takes a swing at it. Two Crimson players go down to the ice, and Thompson has to come out. They throw it out to the point. Can't hold it. Here's Lawrence in a foot race with the defender. Little interference there, but no call. Lawrence gets there. She loses an edge, but backs it to Sandberg. Sandberg with a one-timer shot towards the net. Blocker save. Rebound comes out for Lawrence. Another shot, and they score! Bowerly on the rebound is able to put that one in. Nice play by Lawrence. That was a good hustle play by Lawrence to win the race to the puck. She went down, but was able to drop past one to Sandberg. Sandberg got a little one-time shot off. Goaltender made the initial blocker save, but Anna Bowerly right there on the rebound to put it home and put the Crimson up by one with 15:50 left to go in the first period. Bowerly, Sandberg, and Anderson out there up front for the Crimson. On the point is Voltman and Willie. Referee takes a spill. That looked like it hurt right on the elbow, as referees don't typically wear pads on the upper half, so he'll have to nurse that injury throughout the game. Willie has it now behind the net. She breaks to the near side, has to turn, pivot, gets one up for Anderson. Anderson tries to take it on the hash marks, leaves it for Bowerly. Bowerly with a backhand saucer pass, knocked out of the air by number 6 of the Cougars. Sandberg's right there on the other side of the red line to dump it down deep, and they'll go off for a line change. Anderson on the forecheck. She'll bother the Cougar player who throws it to the middle. Watson right at the blue line, able to hold the zone. Comes out to Ekman, poked off her stick, and goes back to Voltman. Voltman throws it over to the far side boards. Official scoring announcement, Bowerly. They got the wrong call there, as it should be Sandberg on the assist with Bowerly on the goal. Lawrence dropped past it to Sandberg. Sandberg took the shot, and Bowerly put the puck in the net, but official scoring from the referees give it to Lawrence on the single assist, and Bowerly on the goal. Shot from the point for the Cougars, saved by Bear. Thrown in and kept alive at the hash marks. Cougars have it down behind Bear. She's in net for the Crimson. Skating out free is the Cougars now to Ames. Ames throws one in. That was Watson who fed Ames up front. Ames crossed the blue line, got a shot off. Goaltender stuck out the glove, and they'll hang on for a face-off. 14-14 left to go in period one. The Crimson on the board first early in the first period with a 1-0 lead. Watson, Ames, and Ekman out there for the Crimson. Watson's going to take the face-off. She's at the circle. One back by the Cougars. They got it behind the net, and they'll try and feed it up the far side boards to the hash marks. Center breakout pass intercepted by Watson. She's able to hold the zone for a moment. Puck squirts free, and it's fed up by Thompson. Down at the red line is Ekman, and the Cougars are able to clear it out. Cougars across center ice. They bring it down into the Crimson zone. They'll cycle this one around the net, looking for a feed to the far side corner. Over there is Miller, who's able to get her stick on it, feeds it up to Ekman, but it's held in by the Cougars. Puck comes free, and it's picked up by Ames. That hit off a shin pad, deflects back towards Crimson territory. Sukup's in there. She'll battle on the end boards, or in the sideboards here, but puck comes free, and the Cougars have control. Cougars send it to center ice, cross the blue line, throw one in on Bear. She has a little trouble on the rebound handling that one, but is able to cover up quickly for a face-off to her left. Sukup will center Graves and Glendy. Sukup on the face-off. Glendy pushes one over to the boards, and she'll head up ice. She crosses the red line through the skates of the defender for the Cougars, but the Cougars pick up the loose puck. Graves has it behind the net, poked off her stick, and here come the Cougars. They break it up on the far side, center pass. They get it across the blue to the red. Poke check by Willie, but the puck stays in control of the Cougars. Cougars try and feed one to the center ice, but it's grabbed by Graves. Graves tries to skate through two defenders, but cuts to the outside. Now she's back to the end. Pass looking for Sukup over on the far side. Sukup wasn't expecting that one. Kind of handcuffed her, so she couldn't get the shot off. That allows the Cougars to come back on a 2-on-1 break. They fan on the shot, and it's picked up by Benson, who tries to clear it out, but held in by the Cougars. Willie over in the corner. She takes a little rub out from the Cougars' left winger. Poked forward. Graves tries to body her way, clear the puck out of the zone. Bowerly's right there. She pokes at it a couple times. She's got the lone goal so far for the Crimson. And here comes Bowerly. She takes a check, and that'll put the Crimson on a power play, as Bowerly had made her way past number 26, Hemer. Hemer threw the hip check at her. Bowerly went down, draws the penalty with 12:08 left to go in the first period. Crimson on their first power play. Power play unit for the Crimson is going to be Bowerly, Dorn, and Lawrence. On the point is Voigtman and Thompson. Face-off is controlled by the Cougars. They try and slap shot one out of the zone, but the puck makes its way up the breezers of Dorn. Dorn let it shoot out her leg as it got caught in between the breezers on the inside. So Whistle will reface this one off. Cougars will wrap it around the boards. Pinching is Voigtman. She's able to hold it in. Lawrence picks it up. Shot by Lawrence. That went high up over the net. Now Bowerly has it. Bowerly takes another check. No call on that one as Bowerly stayed on her feet, was able to get it to Thompson. Thompson feeds it down low. Gets it to Dorn. Now behind the net, Bowerly's going to chase after that one. She'll drop it for Lawrence. Lawrence is going to feed it out to Dorn. Dorn on the slot back out to the point. Nice pass over to Voigtman on the circle. She fans on the shot, but is able to turn and spin. A little trouble here are the Crimson. Can't seem to get a shot up. Finally, Lawrence to Dorn on the doorstep. Right inside the hash marks. Dorn with a nice shot, but the goaltender came out to cut off the angle and was able to make the save. 1:17 left to go in the Crimson power play. 11:25 left in period number one. Watson out there with Anderson and Sandberg. On the point, Voigtman and Thompson. Watson takes the draw, ties up her skater. Puck goes back for Anderson. She has it behind the net. Anderson in the corner. She'll feed one out front. Was looking for Watson on the blue paint. Backside shot by Voigtman. Goes a little bit wide. Anderson's able to pick it up. Feeds it to Sandberg. Sandberg tries to make a stick move, but poke checked off her stick. She's able to get it down low to Anderson. Anderson skates behind the net. Picked up on the far side, so she drops it to Voigtman. Over is Thompson with a nice defensive play to hold the zone. And the Crimson aren't able to keep it in, and Cougars bring it out. So they'll regroup. Thompson's got some open ice. She'll head across the red. She brings it down to the Cougars. Throws one at the net, but that went wide, deflected. Over for it now is Voigtman on the far side boards. Leaves it for Watson. Watson brings it around for Anderson behind the net. Anderson pinned up against the end board, so Watson has to go over for help. And the Cougars are able to clear the zone, but Thompson's right there. She holds it in, gets it to Sandberg. Sandberg across the slot. Dumped in front was Watson on a little cross check. No call there by the referee. Puck is down, squirts its way across the slot, but nobody there for the Crimson, and the Cougars are able to clear it down. Bear makes the save. She'll get it up, and full strength are the Centennial Cougars. Up to Sandberg. Sandberg tries to get it across the blue, just dumps it in deep. And here come the Cougars. Cougars back up through neutral ice. Ekman was right there to disrupt that one. The Cougars are going to get it down low, but Ekman picks it up. Poke check back in onto the stick of Benson. Benson with a backhand right in front of the Crimson bench. Couldn't clear it, but Watson was able to get a jab at it and poke it out of the zone. Now Ames has it. Ames tries to get on sides, but tied up on the blue line. A couple of skaters go down. Awkward fall there for Ames. And we got a loose stick. One of the Cougars players with no stick. Referee's going to help her out. I've never seen that before, but I guess that's how they play here at Centennial. Back down low for Ames. Sukup pins her up in the corner. Puck comes free across the red line. Over for it is Benson. Benson takes a swing at it. At the blue. They call that one on sides. Ekman with a backhand to Benson. Benson bodies up on that one, is able to get the puck up to Ames. Ames on the hash marks, tied up, so it's thrown back down deep. Willie's going to pick it up from behind the net. She tries to throw one center ice, but goes right to the defender. Sticked aside by Bear and grabbed by Benson on the backhand, up for Ekman. Ekman with a nice pass to Sukup. Sukup, all she needed to do was take one step to the left, and she would have had a breakaway. Poke checked off her stick and thrown back down into the Crimson zone. Benson over for Willie. Willie couldn't handle that one, but is able to get to the puck and feed it outside the blue line. Thrown back in by the Cougars. Benson banks it off the boards, looking for Ames. Took a little weird hop there. Ames is going to get to it. Throws one across the goal crease. Was looking for Glendy on a tip-in. Shot goes through the slot by Bowerly and picked up by the Cougars and cleared out of the zone. Right to the backhand of Thompson. She tries to make a couple of stick moves and is able to dump it down deep for the Crimson. Puck goes around the corner, comes out to the far side hash where Miller pinches in and holds the zone. The Cougars turn, spin, and just rifle one down the ice. That's not going to make its way all the way down to the end of the board, so icing's waved off, and it's going to be picked up by Thompson. Thompson with a nice little stop move, turns and reverses directions, banks it off the boards. Icing waved off as it tipped off a couple of players. On the forecheck is Bowerly. Bowerly into the end boards. Nice little stick work there by Bowerly, but the Cougars come away with it. Cougars make a move, try to get it out of the zone. They're going to get it free, clear it out to center ice, and here comes number 2. Loses the puck, and it's going to be picked up by Thompson. Thompson couldn't get it out of the zone. It's poke checked off her stick and thrown back down deep where Miller's going to go after it from behind the net. Bowerly in to help out, gets it to Glendy at the hash marks. Nice centering pass by Glendy to get it up to Graves. Graves couldn't skate it out of the zone. It's thrown back in. Here's a point-blank shot, and Bear with a big save. She came out to cut off the angle right at the top of the slot. Back out to the point for the Cougars. They throw one towards the net. That's blocked out front. Backhand across. Had Bear sliding over to the near side post, but she quickly got around to the backside to keep this one scoreless. Little battle ensues in front of the Crimson goaltender, finally cleared out by Watson, but brought right back in by the Cougars. Cougars at the top of the circle, cut around, back behind the net. They throw one out front to the top of the slot, picked up by Lawrence. She'll skate it out of the zone for a moment, but poke check back in. Maple Grove having some trouble clearing the puck out of their own zone with 6 minutes left to go in period number 1. Finally, Miller's able to clear the puck out, Dorn off the bench, but the Centennial Cougars throw it right back down in deep. After it is Thompson. Thompson gets it up to Lawrence. Lawrence feeds it to Watson. Watson tries to cut to the center of the ice. Dropped is Watson and picked up by Dorn, who dumps it down deep into the zone. That'll ring around the dasher of the end boards, but the Cougars are able to clear it right out. Willie tried to poke it back in. It would have been offsides, but the Cougars were able to poke check it out of the zone. Sukup throws one to the center of the ice, but it's dumped back in by the Cougars. Cougars throw it up high into the netting, and that's going to be a whistle on the Cougars, and we'll get a face-off to the left of Bear. 5:27 left to go. Shots so far, 4 for the Centennial Cougars, 3 for Maple Grove, but the Crimson have a 1-goal lead. Face-off won by Sukup, draws it back to Willie. Willie pinned up against the board, so Sukup has to go in to help out. Sukup comes away with it. Nice dig by Sukup to get that one out. Dorn had the puck, but she stepped on it and caused her to go down, as stepping on the puck is like stepping on plain ice. Crimson can't clear it out, held in by Centennial. Finally off the stick of Lawrence to clear it out to center ice. Back to Vogtman. Vogtman throws one to Sukup, and it's back to Willie. Willie banks it off the boards to Dorn, who tips it in. That's offsides, but the Cougars clear it back out to the red line, where Dorn just throws it back down deep, right onto the stick of the defense for the Cougars, and they dump one deep that hits off some skates, goes to Vogtman. Vogtman to Lawrence. Lawrence dumps it in deep, rings around the boards. After it is Sandberg on the forecheck in the corner. Sandberg tries to hold it in with her skates, but the Cougars come away with it. Anderson holds the blue line, throws one towards the net, sticked aside by the Centennial goaltender. And center breakout are the Cougars. That's going to be an icing on the Cougars, as they needed a line change, so 37 Moa just threw one down the ice, and we'll get a face-off deep down in Cougar territory. Anderson, Sandberg, and Bowerly up front for the Crimson. On the point is Benson and Thompson. Bowerly wins the draw, back for Benson. She throws one towards the net, just wide left. Ricochets its way off the end boards. Cougars try and clear the zone, but Benson pinches in to hold it. Kicked aside by the Cougars and trickles its way outside the blue. After it is Benson. Benson fans on it, trying to get it back to Thompson on a D-to-D pass, so she just banks it off the boards, rings it around. Nobody there for the Crimson, so it's held in by Centennial. Centennial with a centering pass intercepted by Thompson, has Anderson all alone. Here's a breakaway for Anderson. Anderson got Sandberg on the left. She shoots, went up high over the goaltender. Sandberg picks up the loose puck, makes a couple of moves, gets checked right at center ice. No call there, as Sandberg got plowed down. Puck goes back to Benson. Benson looking far side to Sandberg, who tries to tip it in, but tipped it wide. Watson behind the net for Anderson. Picked up by the Cougars. Down in the corner, they center one out off the stick of Sandberg and held in by Thompson. Benson with a spin move, turns and fires it back down deep. Watson on the forecheck, high up off the plexiglass, bounces over the stick of Thompson and cleared out. Benson at the blue, she gets it back up to Anderson. Anderson has it, gets it almost across the line, but that's going to be offsides on the Crimson, as Anderson had a little trouble handling the puck over the blue line and went in before the puck, so that's an offside call with 2:59 left to go in period number 1. Some good opportunities there for the Crimson on that last shift. A couple of shots. Anderson had one, went up over the goaltender. Sandberg on a couple of tips from the point, but tipped it wide. But good zone time there for the Crimson. Here's Ames. Ames has it. She goes across to Ekman. Ekman, top of the circle, throws one. Rebound, Ames throws it towards the net. Goaltender made the initial save. Ames was right there on the rebound, but hit the side of the netting. And now the Cougars come down into Maple Grove zone. Shot towards Bear, but that went wide left. Picked up by Ames. Ames tried to center it, but that hit off a skate and deflected to the near side boards. Comes back in where Vogtman pushes it out to Ekman. Ekman with a little backhand drop pass was trying to hit Ames, who was breaking free, but couldn't connect on that one. Vogtman turns, spins, comes away with the loose puck and throws it out of the zone. Cougars are going to pick it up from behind their own nets. Try and clear it out. Sukup off the bench, holds his own. Sukup almost had a chance there as she poke-checked at it, but the Cougars were able to throw it down the ice, but that'll be an icing call with 2:02 left to go in period number 1. Sukup is going to be out there with Glendy and Graves. On the point is Benson and Willie. Sukup on the face-off, one back by Centennial. They're going to skate it around their own net. They clear it out to the far side, right wing side, banks it off the boards, looking for a breaking number 37, Moa, but it's going to be picked up by Benson. She wins the race and rings it around the boards to Graves. Pinching in was the Centennial left winger, so they're able to hold it down deep. Try to clear it out, but at the blue line, here's a chance for Sukup. Sukup comes down, has Glendy on her left. Sukup, good chance there, but she lost the puck, comes in, now it's at the top of the slot, and the Cougars are going to come away with that one. 2-on-1 opportunity there for the Crimson, but Sukup couldn't control the puck, and now it's flipped out of the arena over the plexiglass, and there's a souvenir for the crowd with $1.24 left to go, period number 1. Bowerly, Lawrence, and Dorn. Bowerly gives instructions to Lawrence. Face off, one back by the Cougars. That's going to go all the way down towards the blue line, so they'll regroup in their own zone. D to D, the Cougars. They'll back it up a little further. Cross-ice pass picked off there by Dorn, which causes some disruption. Willie goes back to Benson. Benson up to Lawrence. Lawrence pokes it forward. Bowerly's right there to throw it into the zone, but the Cougars come away with that loose puck. Now they're down in their own territory. Bowerly with a nice play. Poke checked it off the stick. Here's a chance for Lawrence, and Lawrence couldn't hang on to the puck. She loses it. Tipped in front by Lawrence on a shot from the hash marks by Dorn. Good opportunity there for the Crimson. Weren't able to capitalize, but some good opportunities there. Give them a little confidence going into period number 2. Thompson picks it up from behind the net. She'll skate it out. Cross-ice pass to Dorn at the blue line. Here's Dorn on a one-on-one. Dorn cuts to the outside, tries to get around to the defender. Nice body there by number 8 of the Cougars to hold Dorn off. They'll swing it around the boards. Thompson pinches in, and here's the Cougars on a 2-on-2. They stay on side, shot towards Bear, just to the left of her, the outside post. She had the angle cut off pretty good, otherwise that one looked like it might skate right by her skate and hit the inside post. Puck goes down low for the Crimson. They'll go out for a line change. Just a couple of seconds left in the period. Watson goes down into the corner, tied up, and that'll be the buzzer for period number 1. Jay Sandberg, Pete Ames bringing you today's broadcast from Centennial Sports Arena, where the Maple Grove Crimson JV girls have a 1-0 lead over the Centennial Cougars. This is our first intermission. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, we are back for period number 2. Shots on goal for that first period, 4 for Centennial Cougars, 5 for Maple Grove. Again, Maple Grove with a 1-0 lead heading into the second period. Maple Grove will be going from our right to left for period 2. Again, wearing the dark crimson jerseys, Centennial on the white home jerseys. Face off at center ice, dumped in, but right onto the forehand of Benson. Benson gets it to Lawrence. Lawrence with a nice backhand poke off the boards to get it down into the Cougar zone. Cougars quickly turn it around and they'll skate it out. They get it to center ice, but Benson's right there to pound it back in. Referee calls no icing on that one, and it's going to be picked up from behind the net by the Cougars. Cougars to the far side, they get it out of the zone. Sukup is over there to disrupt that one. Nice defensive play by Sukup. Sukup pokes it forward to Lawrence. Lawrence tries to throw it down deep, but it hit the stick of the Cougars defender. Now they're going to have to regroup. D to D are the Cougars in their own zone. Cross ice pass. Couldn't connect on that one. Goes to Benson. Benson again to Lawrence. Lawrence with a turn, spin, slapper to try and get it down deep. Picks it up at the blue line. Lawrence still has it in her skates. Finally, puck comes free, and the Cougars will pick it up. They try to get it up ice. Thompson had a defensive play there, but hopped over her stick. Almost gave an opportunity to the Cougars, but Benson was able to get back. Sandberg on the near side boards. Drops it off. Was trying to hit Bowerly. Couldn't get it quite out of the zone. And grabbed by Thompson. Thompson shuffles one up the boards. Goes down deep on the forecheck is Sandberg. Cougars pinch it around, but Anderson's right there. She'll just rifle it around the boards. Nobody there for the Crimson. Bowerly tries to hold it in at the blue line, but it's taken away by the Cougars. Cougars come down in the Crimson zone. Drop pass. Backhand shot. Trying to get to the far side. Now they get it to Sandberg. Sandberg's able to backhand it out of the zone where it's picked up by the Cougars at the red line. They go cross ice to the far side. Voltman's over there. Banks off her stick. In the corner are the Cougars. They try a cycle one. They get it up the boards, and it's going to hop up onto the stick of Anderson. Anderson tries to kick it out of the zone, but it's held right on the boards in front of the Cougar bench. Cougars come away with it. Sandberg takes a swing at it, but misses. So Willie's got to pick it up from behind the net. She'll bank it off the end boards and go to Voltman. Voltman throws one up to Sandberg off her skates. She'll kick it forward. She's going to race ahead to try and get to that one. Goes in the corner. Stick check there by Sandberg, and she's held off, and the Cougars are able to pick up the loose puck. Cougars with a center breakout pass. Willie's right there. Gets through her skates and goes down deep into the zone. Willie goes D to D to Voltman. Voltman tries to send it up the boards. Watson off the bench. Puck finally comes free to Watson. Now it's Sandberg. Sandberg picks it up at the blue. Here comes Sandberg. He's got a one-on-one. Sandberg to the left, to the right. Shot towards the net. Goaltender with a save there as Sandberg tried to make a move around the defender. A couple of stick moves. And was able to get a shot off, but goaltender made the save. Yep. Face off to the Centennial having a little difficulties with the player, so an extra player comes off the bench. Now they have 5. Watson on the face-off. Tries to win it back, was looking to get it back to Miller, but it's going to be picked up by the Cougars. They go center ice, grab it at the blue, and bring it down into Crimson territory. Down deep in the Crimson zone. It's going to be grabbed by Miller. Miller throws one, tried to clear it out. Held in by the defense, number 6, Shea, but Miller's able to clear it down deep into Centennial zone. They're going to have to regroup at the blue line. They bring it out to the red. Ekman on the near side. Cougars backhand it down in, but there's Miller. Miller goes cross ice. That got intercepted by 33 of the Cougars. And over there is Benson, who chucks one down the ice for an icing call with 13:34 left to go in period number 2. Sukup in for the face-off down in the Crimson zone. One back by the Cougars. Cougars throwing towards the net, but that went wide left. They're going to pick it up behind there. Little cycle play. All 3 Cougars back behind the goal line. Nice battle there by Sukup. Sukup down low with Miller. Tied up right behind the goaltender. Cougars come away with it to the far side corner. Shadowed by Sukup across, point blank. Shot saved by Bear on that one as a nice feed from the far side right to the slot area, and the Cougars were all alone. Point blank in front of Bear, but Bear came up huge to keep this Crimson up by 1. Puck comes free, now it's bouncing at the top of the slot. Ekman tries to clear it out, gets it to Ames. Poke checked off her stick and thrown back down deep by the Cougars. Miller's going to grab it in the corner. Feeds it up to Ekman. Ekman across the blue, caught in her skates. Couldn't control it, so the Cougars are able to pick up the loose puck and bring it back down deep. Nice defensive play there by Benson and Sukup. They shadowed the left winger. Ames has it, tries to feed one to the center ice, went behind Ekman. So the Centennial Cougars are able to clear it into the Crimson zone for a second, but Ames and Ekman are right there to battle for it at center ice. Dump down deep in on Bear. Bear is just going to cover that one up for a good line change for the Crimson with 12:10 left to go in period 2. 1-0 lead for Maple Grove. Bowerly, Glendy, and Graves up front for the Crimson. On the point is Willie and Thompson. Puck is thrown back behind the net. Cougars try to center one, but intercepted by Willie. She tries to clear it up, but it's held in at the blue line by the Cougars. Puck comes free, thrown down, grabbed by Bowerly. Bowerly goes cross ice for Glendy. Glendy picks it up. She'll just clear it out, gets it across the red, and here comes Graves. Graves cuts to the middle, throws one towards the goaltender, who just lets that one roll to the corner. They try to clear it out. On it is Bowerly. Bowerly throws one, but blocked. Comes rebound, comes out to Thompson on the backhand, gets a shot off. Puck is loosed in the blue paint. Goaltender tried to cover it up, but the Cougars are able to clear the zone. Now it's Willie, gets it over for Thompson. Thompson back to Willie. Willie's going to go up the boards and get it to Graves on the backhand. Nice passing by the Crimson. Crisp passes today. Bowerly just gets jacked into the boards by 2 Cougar players and goes down. No call there. 2-on-2. Thompson with a good defensive play, rubs out Castile into the boards. Glendy feeds it up, and that'll be an icing call on the Crimson. 11:02, line change coming up for Maple Grove. Watson will center this one. Dorn's going to be the left winger. Lawrence on the right. Puck comes back behind the net. Benson ties up her player. Watson over there to help out. Cougars try and cycle it down low. Not a whole lot of room to go anywhere. Good defense there by the Crimson. Centering pass goes across the top of the slot, picked up by the Cougars. Shot goes towards the net, but that got blocked. Benson tied up. She'll try and poke that puck free. Lawrence is over there. Lawrence has it, tries to clear it out of the zone, but it's held in. Here's Watson. Watson has it, tries to take a couple of swats at it. Had Dorn, who was breaking up the center of the ice, but they couldn't connect on the pass. Now it's D to D by the Cougars. They go up the near side boards. Fan on the shot, but still tipped in. So icing's waved off. Benson tries to get there. She overskated the puck. Boatman goes in to help out. Cougars come away with it. They go back to the point. Blocked by Watson. Watson with a backhand gets it to Dorn. Here's a chance for Dorn. Dorn on the breakaway has Watson on the right. Dorn there fires one, kind of fanned on the shot. Got a little piece of it. The goaltender was able to make the pad save. And it's thrown back down deep by Maple Grove. On the forecheck was Lawrence. Cleared out are the Cougars. And Boatman's going to have to go after it as Maple Grove goes off for a line change. Caught in the referee's skates. Anderson had a chance. Now it's picked up by Sukup. Sukup stick check from behind, but gets the shot off anyways. Deflects up off the stick and into the glove to the goaltender. Nice job by Sukup to get a shot off there. She got stick check from behind, but was able to recoup and throw one in towards the net. 9:31 left to go in the second period. Sukup centering Anderson and Sandberg. On defense is Miller and Thompson. Sukup takes the draw. Cougars are going to come away with it off the face-off. They'll skate it behind their own net. Center breakout pass for the Cougars. They head up ice. Try to get by Miller, but push it forward. Bear's right there. She'll just stick it aside to the near side corner. Thompson goes in. Puck goes up towards Sandberg, but she standing at the hash marks and allowed the defender to pinch in and hold the zone. Now it's back behind the net again. Miller pokes at it. Little backhand trying to get it to Anderson. They cut towards the seam. Shot on Bear. She makes the save. Sukup tied back behind the net. Cougars throw one towards the goaltender, and Bear covers up, and we're going to get a defensive change for the Crimson. Boatman and Willie will come out. They'll replace Thompson and Miller. Looks like we'll do a full line change for the Crimson. Bowerly's going to come out with Ames and Ekman. 8:47 left to go in the second period. Bowerly on the face-off, one back by the Cougars. Maple Grove not having a great day on the face-off circle. They're at about 22% on the face-off wins. Held in. Kick back out, centering pass to Ames at the red line, poked ahead by the Cougars. Cougars try and throw it into the zone, but it ends up in the Centennial bench instead. So we'll get a face-off right outside of Maple Grove zone. Bowerly on the face-off. Cougars control. They get it across the red. They try and dump it in deep, hit the referee. Finally, they get it down low. Bowerly centering, clearing pass, looking for Ekman. Now it's Ames. Ames picks it up across the blue, throws one towards the goaltender. Had a little trouble with the glove, was the goalie, so it deflects there and goes to the corner. Centering pass, looking for Ekman on the doorstep. Boatman threw one towards the net. Ekman was right there looking for a little tip in. Centering pass by Ames to the top of the slot. Couldn't connect on that one, but Willie's able to hold it in. Willie throws one towards the net, sticked up into the netting by the goaltender, and we'll get a face-off inside the zone. Watson on the face-off. Grabbed by the Cougars. One-on-one against Willie. Willie turns and spins, gets to the puck, backhands it. Couldn't clear the zone, held in by the Cougars. Centering pass broken up by Watson. She gets ahead to Ekman. Ekman couldn't clear it out, so Cougars still have it down in the Crimson territory. Comes to Voltman. Voltman tries to clear it out. She does. Center ice gets by everybody and goes all the way down. Icing is waved off there. It was tipped off a few sticks. Watson picks it up at the near side boards, pokes it forward, looking for Ames in the corner, but here come the Cougars with the loose puck. They come across center ice, top of the circle. They make a move, throw one in. A Bear with a pad save. Rebound comes out. Rebound shot went way up off the plexiglass. Cougars still have it. Centering pass, tipped out in front, and they score. Aaron Bounce on a centering pass. They just picked it up from the side of the near side boards, threw it towards the goaltender center, and it tipped off a stick and went through the 5-hole of Bear. Ties this one up 1-1 with 6:59 left to go in the second period. Sukup will take the face-off. Glendy on the left, Graves on the right. Thompson, Benson on the defensive position. Cougars are going to pick up the puck off the face-off. They throw it towards Bear. She went to glove it, missed it with the glove, but it hit her pad and deflects out towards the near side blue line. Glendy's over there at the hash marks, but it's kicked in by the Cougars. Picked up by Thompson for a moment. Now it's down in the corner. Thompson will swing it around the boards, looking for Graves on the half wall. Goes to Benson. Benson just throws it towards the center of the ice and goes out to the red line.
Centennial Spring Lake Park Cougars at 6:59 in the second period. Number 37, Annabelle Moore. As assisted by number 32.
Just getting the official scoring for the Centennial Cougars. Muas, number 37, from Piltier and Messam, are the assists. Grabbed by Thompson behind the net. She'll skate it, just backhands it to the half wall, pins her skater up against the boards, but it's held in by the Cougars. Benson behind the net. Sukup in for support. Sukup tied up down in the corner. Benson gets there. She'll just swing it around the boards. Held in by the Cougars. They get it down low, back behind the goal line. Poke forward by Benson. Sukup in the corner. Puck comes free to Graves. Graves threw it to the center of the ice. Glendy wasn't there, couldn't control it, so it's held in by the Cougars. Glendy on the half wall. She takes a shove in the back. Sukup over there to help out. She's trying to pick that puck out of the skates of the Cougars. Comes free. Benson tries to ice it and held in by the Cougars. Finally, Glendy gets over there. Maple Grove's going to go out for a line change. It's going to give the Cougars an opportunity to skate it up the ice. Good quick line change by the Crimson to get back out there. Little headlock on Bowerly, who was number 33. Lawrence picks up the puck, makes a move across the blue line, cuts to the outside. She gets forced out to the far side corner. Cross ice pass goes off the skate. They're able to clear the zone, but Willie picks it up, goes to Miller, who just takes a swing at it. Cleared down the ice by the Cougars, and that's going to be an icing call with 4:44 left to go in period number 2. 1-1 game, shots on goal just about even. Maple Grove 12, Centennial Cougars 11. Bowerly on the face-off, tries to kick it free. Cougars are able to clear it out of the zone. Willie's going to get there. She'll turn, spin, slaps it back towards the red line. Picked up by Dorn. She pokes it forward and gets it across the blue into the Cougar zone. Held in by Lawrence right at the blue line. Grabbed by Dorn. Dorn goes down. That's going to be a tripping call on the Cougars, and that'll put Maple Grove on their second power play of the game. Maple Grove on the power play. Number 8 for Centennial Cougars will go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Bowerly, Lawrence, and Dorn up front for the Maple Grove Crimson on the power play unit. Start this one off. On point is Votman and Thompson. One back by the Crimson to Thompson. Thompson throws one towards the net, looking for a tip by Lawrence on the sideboards. Here's Votman. She takes a shot, but right into the glove of the goaltender, who squeezes that one and hangs on. Just 11 seconds elapsed off the power play. Minute 49 left for the Crimson on the man advantage. Back to Votman. Votman shoots. Rebound comes out right on the stick. Puck is still loose. No whistle there. Referee can see it. Not sure where it is. Now it's right outside the blue paint. Tied up under. Big scrum in front of the net. Lawrence comes away. She scores! Lawrence picked up the loose puck on a huge scrum right in front of the net. Puck was loose. Referee never blew the whistle as he could see the puck the whole time. Goaltender could not get it covered. Finally came out to the forehand of Lawrence, and Lawrence went up high, right-hand side, upper corner, to put the Crimson up by 1 with a power play goal. 3:58 left to go in period number 2. Both teams back at full strength. Lawrence on the power play goal. Not sure who the assist will go to. We'll see the official scoring. I'm going to guess it's going to be Lawrence unassisted. Yep, Lawrence on the unassisted power play goal. Sandberg at the red line had a chance. Couldn't control the puck. Feeds it to the center top slot. Shot goes wide right of the goaltender, Bear. Watson back behind the net. Votman tries to help out. Puck's caught in the skates on the end boards. Watson's going to dig it free. She'll poke it to herself. Gets it up the boards. Was looking for Sandberg, but Sandberg was a little too far towards center ice. So it goes all the way down into the Cougar zone. Anderson after it on the forecheck. She gets there, pokes it free. Watson overskated it, so the Cougars are able to pick it up, and here's a 1-on-2 for the Cougars. Cougars going all the way around the end of the net. Seam center pass right down to the top of the slot. Picked up by the Cougars. Backhand cycle pass down in the corner. Now they go back behind the net. They move, stick move on Willie. Tries to clear it out to the near side. Wraparound, puck comes free and gets to Anderson. Here's Anderson and Sandberg on a 2-on-2. Anderson brings it down into the zone. She just shoots it towards the net. Takes a bump hard into the boards. Sandberg back behind the goal line. Not much happening there as the Cougars are able to grab the loose puck and move it forward. Across the red line, blue line are the Cougars. Gets around our defense, cuts to the center, throws it in on Bear, but Bear with a big save. As the right winger for the Cougars was able to get by the defense for the Crimson, cuts it across the middle of the ice, threw one up into Bear, but Bear hung on to that one, was able to cover up for a faceoff. 2:24 left to go, period number 2. Crimson with a 2-1 lead on a power play goal by Natalie Lawrence. Face-off won back by the Cougars. Shot goes towards the net, blocked by Ekman. Cougars pick up the loose puck, throws it into the backside of their own player in front of the net, so it ricochets its way over to the far side boards. Now it's grabbed by Benson. Benson gets it up to Ames. Ames looking for a centering pass, trying to hit Ekman, who is breaking across center ice, but threw it a little bit too hard, too far, and that'll be an icing call on the Crimson, which will bring the face-off back down to the right of Bear. Face-off won back by Sukup. Swings it around, gets it to Ames. Ames with a nice stick move to get around the defender. Couldn't clear it out of the zone as her pocket got picked from behind, and the Cougars were able to throw it back down deep. Voltman's there, backhands it, was looking to get a pass to Miller. Ricochets off a stick and ends up on the forehand of Sukup, who gets pinned up against the end boards. Sukup comes away with it, looking for someone to pass to, but nobody there. So she's got to backhand it to Voltman. Voltman gets it up the ice to Ames. Ames deflects it towards center ice just to clear it out of the zone. Ekman breaking in. She goes in on the forecheck, and that'll be a trip on Ekman as she got her stick caught under the skate of the defense. She'll go to the box 2 minutes for tripping, which will put the Cougars on their first power play of the game. 1:25 left to go, period number 2. Centennial Cougars on a power play down by a goal. Penalty kill unit out for the Crimson. That'll be Bowerly and Lawrence. On the point is Benson and Thompson. Face-off won back by the Cougars. They have it at the blue line. They bring it down low. They'll work it down to the hash marks. Throws one towards the net. Bear with a save right onto the stick of Benson. Benson gets it to Lawrence. Lawrence with a nice play to send it down the ice and waste a little bit of time off of the clock on this one. Cougars will pick it up at their own. 1 minute left to go in the second period. Grabbed by the Cougars. They cut across the red line into the blue. Shot towards the net, but blocked by Benson. Down in the corner, the Cougars will set up shop. Couldn't control the pass from behind the net, so Lawrence is able to get there and backhand it out of the zone. Ekman in the box, 2 minutes for her trip. 1:10 left to go in the power play for the Cougars. Just 30 seconds left to go in the period. Benson gets there first. She collides, and we're going to get a penalty on the Cougars. That'll even this one up. Number 26 for Centennial will go to the box. She's going to get 2 minutes for roughing. So 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 2, and then the Crimson will go on their third power play of the contest. 26.2 seconds left in period 2. 2-1 lead for the Crimson. 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 2. Bowerly on the face-off, kicks it, comes out to Lawrence. Lawrence throws one to the blue paint, pad save. Bowerly has it, should throw one. That almost got deflected in. Goaltender was screened by Lawrence, couldn't see it. Bowerly just shot a little bit wide. Now it's Thompson, has to wait for Lawrence to get back on sides, cuts to the middle. Bowerly picks it up. Bowerly drops it for Lawrence. Lawrence tries to throw one at the goaltender. Now it's grabbed by the Cougars. Not enough time in the clock, so the buzzer goes, and that'll be the end of period number 2. shots on goal through 2 periods, 16 for Maple Grove, 13 for the Cougars, and Maple Grove with a 2-1 lead heading into the final period of the game. We're going to have a short intermission while they redo the ice, so make sure you come back and join us for third period action. Should be a good one. Crimson up by 1. Jay Sandberg, Pete Ames bringing you today's broadcast from Centennial Sports Arena. We'll be back after this short intermission. Welcome back to Centennial Sports Arena for period 3 action. Maple Grove Crimson taking on the Centennial Cougars. Maple Grove with a 2-1 lead going into the last period of regulation play. Maple Grove out shooting the Cougars 16-13 through 2 periods so far. We're going to start with 4-on-4 hockey as Ekman is in the box for 35 more seconds, which put the Cougars on a power play, but the Cougars quickly got a roughing call, and so they have a player in the box as well. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for the next 30 seconds, and then Maple Grove will go on their 3rd power play of the contest. They already have 1 power play goal by Lawrence, thus the 2-1 lead. Puck bounces over, goes to the far side. Maple Grove going from our left to right for the 3rd period. Cougars wearing the white sweaters trimmed out in black and red. Maple Grove with the crimson trimmed out white and gold. Picked up by Willie. Willie tries to get it out of the zone and does. Tries to head it up for Sukup. Sukup overskated that one, thrown back down by the Cougars. Maple Grove at full strength. They're on the power play for 55 seconds. Cuts through defenders, throws one in, scores the shorthanded goal. Number 6, Shea for the Cougars. Cut through 2 defenders for the Maple Grove Crimson and put one up over the right-hand shoulder of Bear to tie this one up. Shorthanded goal for the Cougars. Maple Grove still a power play opportunity here for 51 seconds. Face-off at center ice. Poked forward by Sukup, gets it to Dorn. Dorn go to the outside. She's bothered by the defense for the Cougars. Throws it down low behind the net for Lawrence. Lawrence with a centering pass. Shot on Dorn on the doorstep. Nice little saucer pass by Lawrence to hit Dorn, who was breaking in from the top of the slot. Now it's a chance for Sukup. She throws one towards the net. That's blocked and then cleared out by the Cougars. Good opportunity there for the Crimson on the power play as Lawrence tried to hit Dorn. Dorn with a shot. 2 players down low. That's Voltman. That looks like a broken collarbone. We'll see if she gets up. She went down hard and landed hard on the shoulder. Voltman gets up on her own power. Nothing broken there so far. Let's see what happens when she gets to the bench. Looks like she's okay. Took an awkward fall there. Landed right on the shoulder. Looked like it could have been potentially a major injury there, but Voltman looks like she's okay. She'll take a little bit of a rest with 13 seconds left in the power play. Face-off back for Thompson. Thompson at the red line, fans on the dump in, but is able to get it to Lawrence. Lawrence gets bothered there. Now it's Sukup. Sukup has it. Poked off her stick and thrown down the ice. Cougars back at full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. 2-2. 3rd period. Lawrence at the blue line. Poked in her stick. Shea on the goal for the Cougars. Nice play there by Lawrence to do a little stick check. She gets rubbed out right at center ice, so the Cougars are able to throw it back down into Maple Grove territory. Sticked aside by Bear. Gets it to Thompson. Thompson banks one off the boards. Tipped forward by Dorn. Regroup are the Cougars. They clear it out of the zone, but Willie's right there. Throws it off of a Cougar body. Goes back down low for Thompson. Thompson swings it around to Sandberg. Sandberg with a little skate kick out to the middle of the ice. Right to the forehand of Thompson, who gets it back to Sandberg. Sandberg gets through a couple of defenders. Poke checked off her stick and goes down behind the goal line. Ridden up into the boards is Sandberg. And she'll get it to Bowerly at the half boards, but Cougars win the race to the puck, and they'll clear it out to center ice. Across the red line, they get by Anderson. Anderson got just enough stick on it to disrupt that one. Cougars try and hold it in at the blue. Bowerly there gets it up to Miller. Miller to Sandberg. Here's Sandberg across the red line. Centering pass was looking for Anderson just outside of her reach, so it goes down behind the goal line. Cuts to the center ice. Sandberg backhands it back to Bowerly. Bowerly tried to cut towards the middle, but picked off and thrown out of the zone by the Cougars. They get by Miller. Tripping call on Miller. It looked like a little late fall down by the Cougar player. Nonetheless, they'll give the penalty to Miller. She'll go to the box 2 minutes for tripping, which will put the Cougars on the power play. Watson and Sandberg up front on the penalty kill. Benson and Willie back at the points. Face-off controlled by the Cougars. They'll set up. They drop it off to Schmidt at the blue line. Bothered by Sandberg. Sandberg gets there, gets the stick on it, tries to clear it out and does. Good job by Sandberg to clear the zone. Watson goes after the puck, forces the defender to turn, spin, rink wide, centering pass, brings it in to the top of the circle, and the Cougars will set up on the far side of the boards. Now they send it down low. Centering pass right at the top of the slot. Shot goes towards the net. Bear with a stick save. Deflects it over to the far side. Here come the Cougars. Little drop pass. They cut across the seam. Shot pad save. Rebound comes out. Backhand in on Bear. Another save. Puck is loose and it's picked up by Watson. Watson clears it down the ice, at least out of the zone. Tries to get it to the red. They had to cut across Sandberg and feed it under her stick, and here come the Cougars back into the zone. Right onto Benson's stick, who's able to ice the puck. And we got a full line change for the Crimson with 56 seconds left in the power play for the Cougars. Off the benches, Ames and Ekman. Thompson and Voltman on the point. Voltman took that hard fall in the corner, but she's back out on the ice. Good to see her back on skates. Down in the corner of the Cougars. Centering pass to the top of the slot, looking backside. Couldn't handle it, so it's grabbed by Ekman. Ekman cuts across the red. Forced to the outside. She turns, spins, gets ridden off the puck, and it's kicked forward by the Cougars. Cougars will just dump it in on Bear. Bear with a stick save. Deflects it over for Voltman, who banks it off the end boards to Thompson. Poke checked off her stick and thrown in. All alone out front was number 8 for the Cougars, but they couldn't get her the puck. Cleared out by the Crimson. 10 seconds left on the power play. Ames on the forecheck. Forces back down deep into the zone. Good job by Ames to force her back down to the goal line and waste a little bit of time. Maple Grove back at full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. Still 2-2 here in the third period. They cut across a couple of defenders. Picked up by Graves. Here's Graves and Ames. Pass behind Graves. Try to kick it to her forehand. Gets it in. That's going to be offsides on the Crimson. Crimson are going to need to tag up. Glendy doesn't hear it. Finally does. Glendy's got to get out of the zone, which allows the Cougars to skate it up ice. They bring it down into Maple Grove territory. Deflects off a stick. Goes to the left of Bear. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson on the half wall. Tries to get it to Sukup. Held in at the blue line by the Cougars. Willie gets it up to Glendy. Banks awkwardly behind her, so she couldn't get a stick on it, and it's thrown back down deep by Centennial. Centering pass across the slot. Nobody there for the Cougars. They couldn't hold the zone, so it's kicked out by Graves. Poke checked off her stick. Thrown back in by the Cougars. Goes down deep. Benson's going to come after it. She'll push it forward to Graves. Graves tries to backhand it on the hash marks. Sukup in to help out. Comes back out. Puck is loose. Goes to Castillo. She tries to make a move instead of taking a shot and got poke checked off her stick. Willie picks up the loose puck, goes behind the net to Benson. Benson moves it forward to Graves, who just tips it over the stick of the defender. Goes down deep into the Centennial zone. Off of the bench is Miller, and that's going to be offsides. It just made its way outside the blue. Miller tried to hold the line, but couldn't get it there in time as she was skating from the bench. 10:18 left to go in regulation. 2-2 game here at Centennial Sports Arena. Bowerly wins the faceoff, thrown down deep by Miller. Bowerly in on the forecheck. She picks it up behind the goal line, banks it off the end boards. Dorn was closely behind, so it went over Dorn's stick. Now here's a chance for the Cougars. Benson forced to the outside. Nice play by Benson to force her back behind the goaltender and didn't allow her to get the shot off. Go out to the point. Here's a chance for Lawrence. Lawrence tries to cut through 2 defenders, gets through them both, gets held up. Puck is a little bit forward. Backhand by Lawrence. Rebound comes out, goes back behind the net. Lawrence was able to get a little bit of a backhand shot off as she tried to pick through 2 defenders. Now it's back to the point for Voltman. Voltman with a shot towards the net. That hits some traffic out in front. Deflects back behind the goalie where Lawrence picks it up. Tries to feed one to Bowerly right into her skates, so couldn't get the shot off. And now puck is hopping on its end. Bowerly down in the corner. Cougars trying to clear it out. Hits off the side of the cage, bounces out front. Bowerly takes a dive at it with a swinging stick. Try to get a shot off. Now here's Sandberg. Sandberg cuts to the... Cougars just trying to clear the zone. Off the bench was Watson. Couldn't hold it in. And then comes Willie to throw one back down deep into Cougar territory. Watson after it. She's able to put some pressure on the Cougars, which makes them throw it out of the zone. Back down to Willie, who banks it off the end board. Boatman turns, spins. Bothered by a couple of Cougars in the corner. Watson's going to help out, trying to pick the loose puck free. They come try to throw one out front are the Cougars, but that hit traffic and ends up back behind the goalie. Out to the point, ends up right on the stick of Anderson, who feeds Sandberg. Sandberg's got some room, cuts to the outside, gets body. Here's Sandberg on a chance, throws one in, but shoots it wide right. Tunity. Centering pass by Anderson, just intercepted at the last moment by the Cougars. Held in by Willie. Sandberg takes a swing at it, dumps it down deep, goes off for a line change. Anderson's out there, back behind the goaltender, hits off the side of the cage. Watson there, they feed it to center ice. Picked up by Ekman. Ekman tries to get a shot off, but she got stick checked in front. Centering pass by Watson across the goal crease. Finally, the Cougars are able to clear it out of the zone. Good action there by Maple Grove. Some really good opportunities to take a 1-goal lead, but the goaltender came up big and a couple shots went wide, so still 2-2 with 8:01 left. Sukup wins the faceoff, gets it back to Thompson. Thompson throws it down deep, brings it around the board. Sukup behind the net, comes away with it. Puck is loose, picked up by Ames. Ames backhands it to the point to Benson. Benson was shadowed there by the left winger, so throws it down deep in the corner. Loose puck is picked up by the Cougars. They try and get it out of the zone, and they do. Center ice pass. They break into Maple Grove territory, stick the side by Bear. Over to the far side corner. Puck is now deep. Sukup gets it up to Ekman. Ekman clears the zone, throws it down the ice. Icing's waved off as that hits some traffic on the sideboards. Made its way all the way down. Ames overskates that one, which allows the Cougars to break it to the far near side boards. Picked up at the red line. Benson with a nice stick check gets it to Ames. Ames picks it up. Ames across the blue. Drops it for Ekman. Ekman at the top of the circle. Tries to get a shot off, but that got blocked before she could get the snapshot. And here come the Cougars. Cougars come down the left-hand side, try to cut around Thompson. And Thompson's going to get a penalty there. It looks like maybe for hooking or interference. Sukup touches the puck, and we'll see what the call is here on Maple Grove, which will put Centennial on the power play. Thompson with the hooking penalty. She'll go to the box for 2 minutes, 6:50 left to go in the third. 2-2 game. Cougars on an opportunity here to get another power play goal. Face-off won back by Bowerly to Miller. Miller tries to clear the zone. Puck bounces over the stick of Bowerly, who's finally able to get the backhand on it. Lawrence is over there. She clears it out, gets it past the red. Cross ice pass right to the center. Bowerly turns, spins, throws it up high. Gets it way down deep into Cougar territory. Lawrence back there, tries to disrupt that one. Puck pokes free, Bowerly's right there. Bowerly turns, spins, nice play at the blue line to throw it down. Defender on her knees, but is able to get the pass off, gets it to number 26. Stick check from behind, poked free and grabbed by Lawrence. Lawrence right there, and she'll clear it down the ice. Goaltender comes out to cut that one off. 6 minutes left to go in the third. 1:07 left in the power play for the Cougars. Maple Grove a skater down. Puck right on the stick of Willie. Willie throws one across the red. Dorn's out there, takes a swing at it but missed. Cougars offside, so we'll get a face-off with 5:43 left to go in regulation play. 2-2 game. Shots on goal so far through the third. 18 for the Crimson, 16 for the Cougars. Dorn and Sandberg up front for Maple Grove. Boatman and Benson back down playing the defensive position. Sandberg on the draw, but it's taken by the Cougars. They bring it down into the zone, push it a little too far forward, which allows Benson to get over there. Dorn has it, tries to clear it out. Sandberg couldn't get to it. Cougars hold it in, cross ice pass, picked up by Voltman, comes to the blue line. Here's a chance for Sandberg. Sandberg pushes it forward. Here comes Sandberg down deep. She's on a shorthanded opportunity back behind the goal line. She'll push it to herself. She comes around, tries to wrap around on the short side, but the goaltender was able to get the pad over there up against the goalpost and would not allow Sandberg to get the puck in there. She tried the old wrap around from the short side. 5:14, face-off down deep in Cougar zone. Sandberg on the face-off, one back by the Cougars. Cougars behind their own net. They ring it around the boards on the short half boards, half marks. Dorn over there. Cougars come out of the zone. That's going to be an icing call on the Cougars, and that'll bring the face-off back down into Centennial zone. Off the bench is Watson and Glendy. Voltman and Benson on the points. Watson on the draw, wins it back to Voltman, who just backhands it down low to Glendy. Glendy with a centering pass. That got intercepted and thrown back behind the goaltender, which allows the Cougars to try and skate it out of the zone. Watson almost had her stick on it. Crimson back at full strength, 5-on-5 hockey with just 4:44 left to go in the third. Cougars back behind the net. It's going to be grabbed by Voltman. Voltman gets it up to Graves. Graves at the blue line. Hits off her skate. Gets to Glendy, who throws it down low. Defenders change for the Crimson. Miller and Willie out there now for Maple Grove. Cross ice pass way too far in front of the right winger. So Miller gets there. Turns it up the other direction. Now here's Graves. Graves picks it up. She turns, gets forced over to the right. Stolen off her stick, and the Cougars will head back towards Maple Grove. Anderson loses a tire, and she goes down on the transition. Shot goes towards the net. That hit the outside as Bear came out to cut off the angle. And there's another penalty on the Cougars. That'll put Maple Grove on the power play with 3:50 left to go in regulation. Good chance here for Maple Grove to go one up on the Cougars on the power play. That's 27 who's going to go to the box for checking. That'll bring the face-off all the way down into Cougar territory. And that'll be Sukup, Dorn, and Lawrence up front for the Crimson. On the point is Willie and Thompson. Sukup's going to take the draw. Face-off goes down, one back by the Crimson, goes to the point for Willie. Willie goes down deep for Sukup. Sukup sets up, goes back up high for Thompson. Thompson walks the blue, gets a shot off, and that hit the post. Right out the outside, picked up by Willie, who goes down low to Lawrence. Lawrence turns, spins, comes away with the puck. She's back behind the net, tries to poke it for Sukup. Comes over, pinching in is Thompson on the near side boards. Here's a chance for Sukup. Throws a shot at towards the net. Pad saved by the goaltender. Cleared out by the Cougars all the way down the ice. Thompson's going to head back. She'll pick up the puck on her forehand. Surveys the ice, gets it to Willie. Willie tries to poke one up, and that heads into the Crimson bench. Got deflected off the penalty killer's stick for the Cougars, which should technically have the face-off outside the zone because it went off a Cougar stick, but they're going to bring it down into Crimson territory. Face-off goes down low to Willie, tied up on the boards. Dorn's going to help out. Cougars just try and race it around the boards. They throw it in the stick. Come away with the loose puck. They cut across the seam. Gets through a few defenders. Now it's picked up by Dorn. Dorn has it on the left-hand side. She cuts to the middle. Here's Dorn on an opportunity. Throws it toward the net. Pad save. Rebound comes out. Thompson picks it up. Has Sukup on the far side. Doesn't hit her. Now finally gets it over to Sukup. Sukup on the top of the mark. She throws one in. Blocker saved by the goaltender. Rebound comes back out. Sukup feeds it out to the point to Thompson. Thompson back on the half boards to Sukup. Little give and go to Thompson. Thompson throws one towards the net, but that hit a stick. Great play there by the Crimson. Voltman throws one from the hash marks. That goes towards the net. And Dorn's going to go to the box on a slash. Not very smart play by Dorn as she smacked the stick out of the defender's hands, so she'll head to the box for 2 minutes, which will put 4-on-4 hockey now for the next 30 seconds, and then it will put the Cougars on a power play. 2:21 left in regulation, 2-2 game. A couple good opportunities there for the Crimson down low, but the Centennial Cougars were able to scave that one off, draw the penalty, and now it's 4-on-4 hockey. Bowerly wins the face-off. Here comes Bowerly, tries to cut outside the red, is able to clear the zone. Picked up by Benson. Benson turns and spins. That was definitely a hold as they grab the jersey of Benson. No call there. Here's a chance for Ames. Ames comes in, throws one towards the net, sticked aside by the goaltender. Ames has it behind the net. She's looking to come around the sports side, goes out to the point, throws it in by Miller. Rebound comes out. Cougars back at full strength, and they're on the power play. Centering pass. They try and headman it up. Gets by both defenders, goes down, shot goes towards the net. Bear tips it aside with her glove. Minute 15 power play, cleared out by Bowerly down to Cougar territory. Cougars have it now in their own zone. They go cross ice, far side, center breakout, tipped off the stick into the zone for the Crimson. Willie's there. She'll slap at it and send it around the boards to Benson, who fires one down the ice and clears it down into the far side corner. They'll go out for a line change. Lawrence and Sandberg come off the bench on the power play or the penalty kill. Picked up by Lawrence at the blue line. Tried to throw it in, but that hit traffic out in front. Here's a chance for the Cougars. They bring it down deep. They'll set up shop back behind the goaltender, down in the far side corner of the Cougars. They head it up towards the half wall, back up to the point, center ice. And here's a chance. Here's a 2-on-0. Lawrence and Sandberg on a shorthanded 2-on-0. Here comes Lawrence, feeds it to Sandberg. Sandberg back door, they score! Sandberg and Lawrence on a unorthodox play, but they got the puck in the net. Lawrence went down, Sandberg on the right, 2-0 breakaway, shorthanded, 39 seconds left. Lawrence fed one over to Sandberg. Sandberg swung at it, throw it towards the net. The goaltender made the initial kick save, but kicked it right out to one of her defenders who hit off her skate and deflected back in the goal for a 1-goal lead. 3-2 Crimson on a shorthanded goal. See who they give it to. I think it'll go to Sandberg, but we'll see who gets that one. Sukup and Lawrence out there to kill off the penalties. Still 15-second power play for the Cougars. Got to be careful here. Shot goes towards the net, screened out in front, but Bear with a big save. Empty net now for Centennial. They got an extra attacker out there. They cut it across the top of the slot. Crimson back at full strength, but the Cougars pulled their goaltender, so they have an extra skater down low. Thompson tries to pin it up against the boards just to waste some time with 10 seconds left. Goes back to the point. Blocked shot by Dorn out of the zone. Cougars are going to have to regroup at the red line. Comes out. Right there is Lawrence. Throws it down, and that's going to be it. And the Maple Grove Crimson come away with a great victory here at Centennial Sports Arena. 3-2 on the shorthanded goal with just 39 seconds left. And they go mug their goaltender. She came up big in the last couple minutes there to hold the power play off and give the Crimson the 3-2 victory. Total shots on goal for the game, 25 for Maple Grove, 18 for Centennial Cougars. This was Jay Sandberg, Pete Ames bringing you today's broadcast from Centennial Sports Arena. Hope you enjoyed this one. Super exciting game, and Maple Grove Crimson come away with a 3-2 victory. Have a wonderful day.